What is good, everybody? Merkle Mo Man on the scene. Welcome back to the Half Size Up podcast. We are now at episode 14. And as you know by now, we are a weekly podcast for sneaker news, UK releases, global sneaker trends, and all things in between. Today's podcast is brought to you in conjunction with the Pink Miracle Shoe Cleaner, the original shoe cleaner since 1985. With me each and every week, I have my co-host Ash Bash.
What's good, people?
And Dean Still.
What's going on?
What a week we've had, lads. Literally equal amounts of dubs and big L's. Feels like one massive kick in the balls for anyone outside of US for a particular pair of AJ3s that released last week. But anywho, over the past week or so, we've seen drops in the Nike Sakai Vapor Waffle in the Sesame Blue Void and the Dark Iris colorways, a Air Jordan 13 Red Flint, a huge colorway restock in the Yeezy Slides, and the infamous drop of the week in the Aymar Manier Air Jordan 3s. What L for the EU and Asia continents, man. That one still hurts me until now, lads. But for now, let's get stuck into our first segment, in which we like to call Favorite Shoe You Wore This Week. In this segment, we talk about our most favorite shoe that we've worn this week. And today we've got Dean to get the ball rolling. So D, what was yours this week, man?
Yeah, mine was the Air Jordan 1 UNC, OG
Lovely.
UNC. Yeah, one of my
Fire.
favorite OGs. And I actually managed to pick this up pretty recently. I gave up on it because, so I won't get into the whole history of it all, but yeah, managed to get it at a good price. Worn a little bit, so not too bad at all. Probably like a handful of times, so I got it in pretty good condition. Gave it a quick clean, and yeah, it looks good as new. And yeah, I really enjoyed wearing that because one of my favorite colors on Jordan.
Fire. Ash, what did you have on this week, man?
For me, it was I've been out of favor with a lot of dunks lately. Like I'm not feeling as much as I used to, but I still do love my off-white Nike rubber dunk in the green stripe colorway. I rocked that one today. One of my most comfortable dunks. I don't know why it just somehow is super comfortable. It looks like a chunky trainer, and it is, but it's mad comfortable. And that green just pops crazy. Love that shoe.
Very fire shoe, man. I wish like I had got that. You got that at the store, didn't you?
Me? No. I paid resale for those.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I didn't get any of those dunks.
Who is it that I saw? Somebody got that at the store, like the London store that opened recently.
Yeah.
Can't remember who it was, but yeah, that's a dope shoe,
Yeah,
man.
a few people did, I think.
Yeah, I see a few people. I just
Yeah, because
can't
that was
remember.
regional, wasn't it? Those releases.
Yeah.
I think only that store, the off-white store, released them.
Lucky for those who got it, man. For me this week, little bit different of what I wore, but I actually had on a pair of Adidas yesterday. It was the ZX 10,000 Offspring LA collab. Super dope shoe, in my opinion. Yeah, just that whole color palette. It's just so nice. Kind of in a way, sort of like a bacon kind of colorway.
It
in
is,
that
isn't
sense.
it? Yeah.
It is, yeah. Only thing that I wish it did have was a little bit of separation on the midsole towards the back, like the heel, because it's like a full sort of sail midsole.
It just looks a bit chunky in it, how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if it was like, if there was a bit of black just to go with some of the upper, that would separate how big like the midsole looks. But nonetheless, on foot, so fire, comfortable as. You've got those sort of blue 3M hits when the light hits, which is quite nice. Kept it to the regular grey laces, didn't switch up the laces. On the lace aglets itself, got the sort of what is it like? Not cement. What would you call it? Speckled.
Yeah.
Sort of speckled detail just on the lace aglets, which is cool. But yeah, man, just a bit of a switch up. I did have quite a few fire pairs that I wore this week, but for this week alone, I think this one was definitely one of the best pairs that I wore this week. So just a little switch up here and there. So
shout out to Adidas for once.
Yeah, for real, man, for real. Hoping
I feel like Mo's been coming with the, like, when we look back on the all of these segments, I don't think many of Mo's picks have been Nike.
You think?
I don't think so.
Whatever.
We got to
Let me
Nah,
listen
do a
they
back.
quick browse and
We got
see.
to listen back through it at some point. But I swear now, there's been some different sort of picks, or like maybe not Jordan, maybe not Jordan.
not. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
not been Jordan. Do you know what it's been? Actually, I can remember. Harachi AirTech Challenge, Harachi 2,
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. I remember
Spartan
that.
Dunk.
He did
So
those Mars Yard kind of over breaks.
that's
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't.
But is it your favorite shoe that you wore that week, though? Really, is it?
Yeah, it
Uh,
is like. Do you know what? You know, like
Sometimes just the
how
fit worked and it banged for you, I guess.
exactly. Yeah,
all
but
right,
at
cool,
the same
cool.
time, you know, when you don't want to rinse the Air Jordan that much. Like you don't want to
Mm.
rinse the Air
Mm,
Jordan one
mm.
like all week. Like everyone wears Air Jordan ones,
Oh,
and you just
yeah,
want to.
forget the new ones. I
Yeah, do
don't
you just want
touch
to be?
the new
As I said,
pairs.
my new pair's on the back burner for a year and
Yeah,
a half
I
minimum.
like I told you guys I wore the mocha finally, and I saw two people in them, and that was it.
It's
Like
heartbreaking, man.
that was it. I'm not wearing them for 4 years. So that,
What I mean, man, I could easily take the easy route and just, chuck
yeah,
on a
no,
pair.
no. I'm glad you don't. You make it interesting because I'm just gonna keep saying like the one that I like the most, and it's usually the like American. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. It's always good to show a
yeah,
bit of variety. So
yeah. A
I'm
little
glad
bit of
we've all
variety.
got like our tastes. Or
No, I like that pair. I think that ZX is really nice. The colors really do go together proper well.
Yeah, it
I
was the
didn't
best
know.
of the two, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
defo, that was the
Yeah.
better.
yeah, and just like it just so happens that it is an Offspring collab. I think they've done a great job on it. When I do look at other ZX 8000s or ZX 10,000s, I don't know. Sometimes like, it just doesn't hit.
Mm.
But just for some reason, this particular pair, it's dope, man. And you know it was mad. Like obviously we saw it go into the sales. We saw them sit,
Yeah,
and I don't know. Maybe not everyone liked it, but I think it's
it's
definitely a
just
dope shoe.
one of them things. I think the silhouette has got its fangs and like that's
You just got to look at your timeline. How often do you see that model in general? Not often, I'd imagine. People that you follow.
yeah.
I've got
Hardly
like
ever.
6 people that are like into Adidas big time, and the rest is everyone's posting the same shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, especially at the moment. I don't know about you guys, but all I'm seeing is blue on my feed at the moment.
Bro,
Blue
The stock.
shoe after. All right,
Hyper
nice.
Royals, there's
Hyper
Uni Blues,
Royal,
there's
Uni
taken
Blue, and
over.
then the Jordan 4 Blues, though. Like those three, like
And now it's the
The
Travis
Travis has broken it up.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. But for like a week now, I'm just getting hammered with blue shoes. And I like blue shoes, but I love blue shoes. But fuck. Uh,
Come to the dark side, boys. But I mean, yeah, exactly this, man. Like our timelines are being dominated by these releases that are recently coming out, and it's perfect that us three have a variation in that sense. Like,
oh, I'm
them
not wearing no new shoes anytime soon.
Mm. It's got to be
exactly
obscure enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
real.
nah, I get it at the moment. Like before, some people used to do it even like a year or two ago, and I got that. But you would still like you could go out locally and like say you go in like in your local town center or something like that. Yeah, you will not see, you would have not seen people. Now even locally, I see like two, three, four people in the same shoes. So
definitely.
yeah,
Every couple of meters, man.
that's what I
The
So
thing
mean.
is, though, these days, I don't know about you guys, but when I used to go and see my friends, I'd like ask what shoes you're wearing because I don't want to be rocking the same thing. I know, like
yeah,
at certain pickups, everyone might wear the same thing because you have to, but
yeah.
I don't want to be walking around if all three of us in the same uni blues. That's just so dead. It's embarrassing.
And also, like going into Central, you go into Soho, everyone
Ah,
like will have like you'll see it at least 3, 4, 5 times now. Like if you're going Selfridges as well,
more,
forget about it. So
bro, more. I was there. I was there at
Oh
the
yeah, you was
weekend,
down there, innit?
bro. This is why I want to wear other pairs. Like recently, do you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
it's just oversaturated to the max. But
nah, it's
obviously,
crazy right
But
now.
it's like you said last week, though. A lot of people are newer to it
Oh
and
no, no, yeah,
mad gassed.
I,
So
I,
I don't knock them. I get it.
yeah, I'm not
I would
yeah,
be
knocking
as
the,
well if I
I'm
got
not,
my first pair of Jordans.
yeah,
Think I'm gonna wait a year just because I'm rocking them.
I'm not knocking the people, but like, there's just so many of them. That's the thing,
Yeah,
right? Like, it's just I I I I still think if I was getting into shoes now, the sheer volume of other people wearing the same thing would put me off still, man. But that's
Mm.
me. You know, that's not everyone's not like that. A lot of people
Yeah,
aren't like
yeah.
that. So I'm not judging anyone, but for me, I'm just finding it like I know you guys are the same, and it's a lot seeing a lot of people in the same shoes, and yeah, it's just
For real, D, look, it's exactly as you said, man. There's just an abundance of fucking
blue.
blue shoes. But
Yeah.
yeah, all dope shoes that have been worn this week, lads. I'm sure we'll get that on the hashtag. Make sure you get involved in that hashtag and you can get featured on the stories. Anywho, we're moving on, lads, on to sneaker news of the week. This is the part of the podcast where we discuss the biggest news within the sneaker world. And this week it's with regards to eBay legit check-in and drop-in stations. So since October 2020, eBay have a service in which they've been carrying out thorough legit checks on all sneakers coming through themselves. They check the legitimacy of eBay accounts, feedback of the sellers, and history of what's been sold by that particular seller, etc. And obviously, all the usual checks like quality of leather, box barcodes, QR codes, etc. However, they are now rolling out their drop-ins or drop-in stations worldwide, with US being the first of its kind. If the sneaker checks out as legit, the sneaker gets a authenticity guarantee type status, and the sneaker itself gets an eBay tag attached to the sneaker, like the ones that we see by StockX. My topic of discussion this week is what makes eBay think they are bona fide sneaker legit checkers, seeing as they're not been in the game specifically for legit checking. Like, do they have a team of sneaker legit checkers like StockX do, or are they training regular staff on how to legit check? Only reason I ask is because surely if there's a regular Tom, Dick, and Harry who are doing the legit checks, how are they going to tell the difference between Air Jordan 1 and an Air Gordon Bread Royal 1.5? Anywho, what's our thoughts on this? Is this a good thing for eBay, or are they just setting themselves up for failure? Dean, let's go to you first, man. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing. So like I think there's a multitude of reasons why, but like I'll get into the first one now. So whether they do it or not, eBay is a massive marketplace for shoes. So that in itself, right, makes it less regulated than StockX because obviously it's used pairs, but there's no authentication process, right? So as a
Yeah, yeah,
seller or a buyer, you are less protected alone. Just with that, I don't think they will introduce this and not hire people like who are involved in shoes or have a
Way too big
history.
a company not to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're gonna put a lot of money into this because the data shows that like they so much money goes through eBay for shoes. Like
yeah,
they're basically setting up to compete with StockX. And to be honest with you, I think it's a good thing because I think StockX need as many competitors as possible to be doing things and really like working in ways like this to
Yep.
keep it healthy, keep the competition healthy. And from a personal point of view, as someone who uses eBay a lot, I had you guys know about it, but I had a recent case where I sold a pair of Jordan 4 Cavs that I bought personally, got uh 8 years ago, 7 years ago now, and I sold them to this kid, and he basically tried to claim they were fake, was coming up with all this bullshit excuses, and eBay, like I got it was cool for me in the end, but they couldn't verify, like they could not verify whether I was right or whether he was right, despite the fact that I had the OG release receipt and all of that, and like the shoe literally was like perfect. But with this sort of thing, you'd be more protected, um
yeah.
like any sort of dispute wouldn't be able to happen because someone will have already looked at it. So no bullshit like that from any people. Will I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think as long as I think they will do it right. I think they'll get people who know about kicks, and yeah, I think it can only be good for the UK to get this.
For real, man. Ash, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Anything that creates competition for a brand can only help, like even for buyers and sellers. If the fees go down, in either way, it's only going to help us. And eBay's a big company, and as Dean said, so many shoes are sold via eBay. It would be nice to know that they're kind of like protecting you. There's so many people on eBay selling shoes saying, I can't tell you the authenticity of this pair, but I bought it and came with no box and no laces, so it might be real. I don't know. So it'd be nice to like get through the bullshit, so you know if it's authenticated, it's most likely to be real. But even then, how many stories have you heard of people selling worn shoes, selling fake shoes through to StockX and it getting through? So Legit Checker is just a normal person. As they
Yeah,
were saying, I think it was on Full Size Run, the owner, I can't remember the guy's name, and they were saying that the staff have to authenticate like 200 pairs a day or whatever. They're going to get it wrong. It's just going to happen. And if I send in some like random pair of Sauconys that they've never seen before, I don't even know how they go for this legit check-in policy. Yeah, if it's like a new shoe, you can kind of do it, but some of these older shoes, they have no reference to what to look for anyway. So
yeah.
it's all
I
kind
think
of risky.
they
Yeah.
had that bad press with the Travis Scott because that shoe was so hard to judge because even the like the retail pairs were fucked, right? Like there were so many differences.
Yeah,
But I think they have made a lot of steps from what I've heard from people that work there in recent times because apparently they had a little bit like complaints from buyers, not just about authenticity, about stuff being dead stock and like
yeah,
properly dead stock or like to be honest with you, I look back and I remember one of my first purchases off eBay, off StockX, sorry, and it didn't come with the spare laces. And like looking
right.
back now, like that's fucked up. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nothing you
So,
could say either. Like their
yeah,
policy,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
communication's pretty shit.
Yeah, it's difficult. So I don't know. I think you know what, and I think for the used market, bringing this sort of thing in is really good. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
Agree, man. Literally, you got a bit of a like protection now. I
yeah,
think on both sides, I suppose as well.
yeah,
But I don't know. At the same time, it's true exactly what Ash said. You know, if it's not a popular sneaker,
mm,
how are they gonna legit check it? But at the same time, you're like, are fakes being made of unpopular shoes? At the same time,
unlikely, but
you know
who
what I
knows,
mean?
innit?
Yeah. It can only be a good thing, I suppose, for eBay to do this. And you know, if there's drop-in centers and stuff like that, drop-in trucks or whatever they are, then like more power, man, more power to them. Must be, you know, it's going to be flooded with people, you know, going from stores directly to these drop-ins. But I mean, yeah, whatever eBay can do, I suppose, to attract more customers in that sense, right?
Is the drop-in
Uh,
thing? What do they mean by that? Is that like when you sell it, you bring it there, or what?
yeah, I suppose it's like what StockX did before when they
yeah,
Oh
had like,
yes, yeah, I guess
drop-
so.
yeah, so they'll do the legit checks right there and then
Mm,
suppose they'll pay out, I suppose. But I've seen like a few things on YouTube where like sneaker shoe tubers are like they're staying in their cars. There's like a truck cabin of an eBay truck, and the sellers stay in their car. They give the shoes to the legit checker. They bring it into the truck. They have to wait like 10 to 15 minutes. The person comes back, tells you whether it's legit or fake or whatever, or like not passed or whatnot. And then within like 10 minutes, they get paid out,
wow,
which is
that's a
pretty
good
cool.
system. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
pretty
good.
cool concept, man. So yeah, I think on both sides, you know, it should work. And yeah, exactly as Dean said, it's good for the competitiveness because it just looks like it feels like StockX are just monopolizing on the market in that sense.
definitely. It's
Uh,
just the ease of it is why they're winning.
yeah,
There's no
yeah.
talking and people flaking and all that stuff.
Right, boys. So moving on, it's that time again, our favorite part of the podcast, and we have HSU question time. This is the part of the podcast where we give you, the listener, a chance to ask about absolutely anything that's going on within the sneaker realm. And this week on HSU Question Time, we've got a few questions from you guys. Big shout out to everyone that gets involved each and every week. And the first question comes from at NBA underscore collector UK. Does it concern you investing large amounts of money into trainers that potentially in the future will degrade and become unwearable? Ash, let's go to you first.
Honestly, it's not really something that's in the front of my mind a lot of the time. When buying shoes, I do think about how old it is, that it might be an issue, but I think that's more of an issue with like Air Max kind of shoes with air bubbles and stuff, because those things can pop and go cloudy and whatnot. So I think investing big money in some of those Air Max is going to be peak for a lot of these collectors, where one day we're just going to look at it and it's all going to be unwearable and fucked. I think most of my pairs will be okay for the time, and if anything, there's going to be people that want to buy these older pairs anyway, so I can get rid of it if I had to in the future, if they're like close to dying or they're just too old to wear or whatever. So me personally, I'm not too bothered about it. I wouldn't pay large amounts for a shoe that's way too old, that has the potential of it. That's too risky for me. What about you, Dean?
Yeah, for me, I think there is a genuine risk for a lot of people in the community that they don't see it because your shoes will get fucked, especially the ones you don't wear, the ones that chill. Um, as the years go and like down the line, if you're spending like really, if you look at it in a way like, say you spend X thousand amount of thousands, right? And you never like you don't like wear all of those, and those pairs do degrade and waste away. As you get older, that's a lot of money wasted. Uh, so I do think there's like a line with how many shoes, um, is a realistic amount to own,
Mm,
and where
Yeah.
where it gets to a point where your like passion for shoes is actually taking money away from other things that could be better, while your shoes are still really like you still have loads of them. That's why I've been like trying to like downgrade. So I do think there is a concern with like, because when you've got like so many shoes, you lose track, and like
100%.
You
some
do.
some will degrade and some you'll forget about. And like I remember looking at this was about 6 months ago, but someone on IG, they had about one side of their room where they had their boxes in that they forgot about. Like the mold in the room started affecting the boxes, and like stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that will happen, and like shoes themselves will wear away even if they're not used. It gets worse if they're just left to rot. They can just start to separate and crumble. And while like yeah, like Jordan ones and stuff like that are a little bit safer, that still, even as time goes, it will happen to them. So I think there's a limit, like to how many shoes is like a good amount to have in that sense, because like the question's really good because there is the monetary aspect to it as well. Like
Mm.
you can love shoes and have all the shit you want without needing everything, right? Like,
Hmm.
so what's like, where's the line where you're making bad investments and like, because shoes are good investments up to a point, right? And then
Yep.
there was a line where they become bad investments where it's you're oversaturated and your investments are kind of rotting away. Um, yeah, I don't
It
know.
depends if you're buying shoes to have to possibly wear, or some of these people that are like weirdo DS collectors and whatnot,
Yeah,
and just have stuff
yeah.
just to have,
I don't
you
get
know?
that. Yeah, and it is a dangerous one. You see some guys with the DS collectors. They're the guys that will have hundreds and hundreds of pairs because they never wear them, so they're just constantly, grabbing stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I think there is a limit. I think there is a limit where like you get to the point where you got to count how many shoes you have and then evaluate how many do you want and how many do you need, right? So
True.
we
I
we
think I'm
only
over 200 over what I need, like for sure.
well, you
L-
started taking steps to like, like get rid of the
Oh, for
ones you
sure.
don't want, and like that's all you can do. That's all you
I
can
was
do.
thinking about a pair recently, like I don't know if you remember the Jordan 3 Crimson Tint.
Oh
They're
yeah,
like yeah. So I
yeah,
bought
Yeah.
that shoe 2013 because I thought this is going to be my replacement for my black cement freeze when they die eventually. And then the black cement freeze have come out again, and now it's 2021, and they've never been worn because I had
yeah,
no reason to. And it's like that was like
Mm.
£130 that could have been used somewhere else. That's just sitting there. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It ends up
exactly.
being a waste.
Yeah, I think we've also got to remember like there was a period in time where I think the materials that, Nike would use, Adidas would use, there were other material that, weren't probably biodegradable in that sense. I
Yeah.
think there materials now, obviously with Nike moving with the campaign, the Move to Zero campaign, it's brought a lot of those kind of factors to light in that sense. And I think if Adidas use those materials in more popular silhouettes, it could be, 10, 20 years down the line where we might not have to think about that kind of potential factor where sneakers are like degrading in that sense.
The thing is, though, Mo, that works good for the customer, but for Nike, they want us to buy it again. They don't.
Yeah.
I'd imagine they would rather it die quicker so they can buy it, so they make us buy it again, than have it last forever. I don't know.
I mean, there's also a market for used pairs as well.
Yeah.
You could get rid of pairs like if they're used, and that is becoming a thing as well. I don't know. Would you guys like, if you saw your pairs sort of degrading a little bit, air bubbles misty, heel drag, bit of creases here and there, like would you donate a pair to charity or something like that?
It's hard to judge, but I think there's a great shame if you go and find one of your kicks it's going like that and you wore it once or twice. Like what a
Yeah, that's
waste.
pain. Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
point, right? And I think that
yeah.
will happen organically if you don't stop copying volume of shoes. Like
It's true.
I just don't think it can be controlled. You've got 2 feet and you don't have enough days in the year where you're able to wear the kicks you want to wear.
It's true, man.
Like it just don't make sense. And like, why would you not want that money going into other shit that you could have that you can enjoy? So like, I think it's a great question because I think it really boils down to like, where is the money going? Especially when you have a lot of shoes already, and like
Can't be
shoes.
worn.
Every week
Exactly.
it's FOMO for people, though.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
You
It
know what I'm
gets
saying?
you.
Like, so
We've
many
all
people
had
this
it.
week didn't get the Travis,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Oh man, I need to get them. Need to get them." It's
Yeah.
like, do you really need to get
You
them?
don't.
Probably
You
not.
don't. Just sit
You
on
know what I'm
that
saying?
feet. Just sit on it, sleep on it for 2 days, and like, like you'll know, like
You're gonna
after a
spend
few.
£400 on it. Are you gonna get £400 worth out of it? Probably not, because you've already got
Nah,
50 pairs.
you've already
Like,
got 50 like bangers in it. Like that's
Especially during these times as well. Like no one's wearing all their pairs.
no,
yeah,
exactly. It's like
Not being able
impossible.
to.
And
Yeah.
God knows, like when we actually will be able to go back to complete normal, like where that will be a regular occurrence. Like, and I'm not trying to say having a lot of pairs is bad. I got loads of pairs. Like I got way too many pairs, but yeah, there's a limit. There's a limit. I think there is a limit, and like it becomes at like the cost of stuff you could like, because there's so many things, right? Like it's not just shoes. Everyone loves other things as well, right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Clothes as well. How many people have got like fucking 30 jackets, and they're just
exactly.
like, you don't wear all of them. You just have it
That's
to
what.
have it.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm all for
This is this. Yeah, man. Do you know what, Mo? I used to be like that as well, and I'm trying to sell it to get down to like one of each jacket I need. Like I'm trying to be really tight with it and like be a little bit more conscious of that stuff. But it's hard. It's hard, man. It's
It's
hard.
tough. The whole thing is tough.
Do you think there's a responsibility by like brands and retailers to like obviously their main goal is to push product and to sell product, but do you think there is a level of responsibility that brands and retailers need to have in order to like not entice
No,
customers?
Nah.
that's opposite of what they're trying to do, man.
They're
They
just
want to
never
build up
gonna
hype as
do it.
much as possible.
Like I think they have a responsibility to like produce and do what they can for the environment in that way.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
when it comes to us lot, now they can use and abuse us however they please because we're the ones that choose to buy it at the end of the day. Like if we're gonna do it, we'll do it, right? But yeah, I just think it's one of them things where like a lot of people, you get to a point in
Be
it
more
where
aware.
you get to a
Yeah,
point where you just gotta really think about like you got so much fire. There's so much stuff that you're probably not as fired to you anymore. You don't like it as much.
Mm.
What's the point, right? So.
yeah. That was a really good question, man. Really appreciate that one. The next question is our guy, Lone Ranger. Ah, damn. This is a toughie. Have you ever resold sneakers? Insert Matt Welty meme. Dean, should we go to you first?
Oh, okay. I see how it is, Mo. Yeah.
I'll
Um,
go first.
nah.
I'll go.
Nah,
I'll
nah,
go.
nah. I'll go. honestly, honestly, yeah. I think firstly, I think everyone has resold sneakers.
I think it's part of the sneaker game. If you
Yeah,
haven't, it's a bit weird.
yeah. I think
100%.
everyone has resold sneakers. There was like a period a few years ago where the sneaker community, especially with Offspring, was really like it was in a good a nice place where like you didn't need to enter everything, right? Like it wasn't that demand like it is now. You could, if you didn't like a pair, you didn't go for it, right? And
Yeah.
that's not just with Offspring, that would be with other sites as well. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like a raffle on end, I wouldn't go for it. But now, and everyone was like that. But now, because it's so hard to secure pairs, everyone's entering for everything on every site, like everyone, innit?
Hmm.
Everything.
And I think
Everything.
that's why Offspring have put in this thing about wearing your last win because they know people are doing that as well. And
Especially during a pandemic.
yeah, and like
I'm not going to eat pot noodles. I need some money.
everyone is entering for everything on every site. So now, like, if you're not reselling, I don't know how you get the shoes you want, to be honest. Unless you're plugged, like some people are plugged and they got their plugs, and I'm jealous. Good luck to them. They're like they got it good.
Happy
Um,
days.
happy days, man. Yeah, like fuck, bring me on.
Bruh.
But when you're not plugged and you're the average, average sneaker guy, you're just
Average working man.
yeah, man. Like
Just
I can't be. I like look. I'm not gonna take L's every week and just enter for that shoe. I'm gonna take L's and get dubs on the shoes I don't want, so I can get rid of them and see if I can get the ones I do want. And I think a lot of people are doing that. So
I think this is how it is nowadays, man. And yeah, you're exactly right, Ash. Like during the pandemic, like some people are being laid off. Some people are like cut.
yeah,
Some people's work hours are being cut, and like it's almost like survival of the fittest. People who didn't even know about sneakers and like knew that it was a thing are just jumping on a bandwagon to make
Yep.
money.
hmm
um I'll put it out there myself, like literally I'd say what 2015, 2016, like I was selling like sneakers but to put money away for a deposit for a house. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And that's you know at the end of the day it was for something personal and something that would be an investment to myself, like in
Only
quotation
makes
marks,
sense.
investment. Yeah. And yeah, it was the thing. Like I think everybody has resold sneakers. You hear about it all the time. Like backdooring and whatnot. You hear about people copying like 7, 8, 9 pairs all in from the same retailer in one box. Like, do you know what I mean? It happens, and I just think it's part of the sneaker culture as it is now. So I think it's
It's
something.
probably become like the biggest part because it's the most talked about thing in all of sneakers is the whole reselling aspect. Nothing else is ever put on TV except for reselling. Pretty much, they're talking about it.
yeah. It's the
So
value. That's all the media cares about. It's like the value of the shoes. You know.
And I don't blame them because you buy a dunk for £90 and someone's going to buy it off you for 1,500. What else is going to do that?
Yeah,
It's
it's
fucking
crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. There's no denying it. There is no
But I
denying
think
it.
I don't know if we spoke about it on the pod or we spoke about it on chat. But the funny thing is, loads of people that are super duper anti resale, if they want to do a trade, they're trading for you at the
Yeah,
StockX price. So
yeah,
what are you
yeah.
talking about?
Those
yeah,
people
bro.
are the ones that
Make your mind
will
up, bro.
they will just like honestly, they're the ones in the community that are like, in my opinion, quite toxic because the people, if the ones that judge the other ones, that like there's no point judging anymore. Like we're all in the same boat. It's hard to cop, right? Like so people gonna do what they're gonna do. Just that's it. That's it. Like back in the
You can't
day,
expect someone to take an L all year.
exactly. And back
Who's
in the
going to handle
day,
that?
like back in the day, I would like proper not rate it when people would enter Offspring raffles and other raffles like to try and get a pair they could trade. I always thought that was quite shitty and quite like
Mm.
grim, but that was when it was much easier to secure. That was like what you 3 times as likely than it was
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
Now like there's like you're just every dog,
For
every dog,
themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, man. Like
Times,
it's a
times have
dog eat
changed,
dog
man.
world, man. It's tough out here now, man. Like
100.
people are like fully ruthless now, you know, and the price
Just
is
got to think,
cheap.
Dean. What's the last raffle where you wasn't going for it and you're like, yeah, I can help you on it? It's so rare, isn't it? Because everyone's
Rare,
just going for everything.
rare. There's got to be like, it's got to be something where, you know, it's not going to benefit you in any way.
Yeah.
And that sounds
Yes.
messed up, but yeah.
Do you know how you know times have changed? Yeah, when mids have resale value.
Yeah, they do, man.
I mean,
They're on raffle sites and got timers and shit.
Yeah, man.
exactly. Come on,
Wild.
man.
I mean,
That's how you know.
Cass is a connoisseur of mids. I mean,
He loves a mid, that guy.
he's asking us this question, so let's put it back to him. Cass, how much do you love mids? Why don't you show us some of your stories?
Oh, shit.
Bruh.
Had to do the triple bra for that one, man.
Yeah, I wonder if they send them all in one big box, like and tend to do.
Who knows?
Delivery driver's like, what the fuck you got in there, mate?
They got 17 mids, man.
All
All right.
cool. Moving on to the next question, lads. At Conrad_Tony. Most anticipated pair for the rest of the year, whether it's been confirmed or even leaked. Ash.
To be honest, I haven't seen a crazy amount of leaks and what's coming out in the future, but I'll be super hype beast. The it's out of two, both from the same guy. Travis Scott won lows. I think they're
Yeah.
low key fire,
Yeah,
or maybe
the
high
low-
key fire actually.
The lows are good, man.
They're fire. The
lows
highs are
real, man.
gross. And the possible Travis Scott Air Max ones, if they're actually doing the 5 pairs that they've shown, it
Oh,
could
yeah.
potentially be good. The one that they showed on like Sneakers Day or whatever, or Air Max Day or whatever, I didn't love that colorway, but there's rumors of being 5 colorways, so there probably is one I'll like.
How about you, D?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I feel like I'm sneaking out for the year, but I think maybe the military blue 4, because I was looking at mine. I thought I wasn't that excited, and I was looking at mine the other day, and it's starting to separate, and
Is it?
yeah, and
Oh,
like
God.
the sole is way worse than I thought it was. So I'm thinking now, like, speed that shit up a little bit. I mean, I saw I'll take an off-white one. There's an off-white
Yeah.
one, isn't there? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that as
true.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one
Yeah.
of them. So I'll go with that. But I know I'm not thinking of something that I probably think is better, but I can't think of it right now. So.
For me, I'm thinking Hype Beastie as well, but Off-White 4 Breads.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that completely.
Off-White 4 Bread. Also, neutral grey low
Yeah, they're nice.
Air Jordan
Yeah,
1.
they're cool. They're cool.
They're kind of
When
cool.
did, because Kaz has got some, when did them ones come out again?
Oh, but his ones are better. They got the better swoosh. They got like the
Yeah.
bigger swoosh. It's like more closer to the OG. Yeah, I don't know when they came out though.
Also thinking about the 30th anniversary Union 4. Don't know. I've seen pictures. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the pictures as well.
I have.
It looks alright, man. I don't know. It's not.
It's
special.
not better to me.
It's not.
than
Nah.
Back
It's
No
not.
way.
It's not in special. It's not in special.
Yeah, it's not as good as the first release, but I mean, it's going to be intriguing, right? Like, as it always is, the closer it gets to the
Yeah, I think. Nah, you're right. It's exciting to see how it looks with like how it's gonna look with proper images. Yeah, that's gonna be different.
I think for me, yeah, for that, I mean that Fragment, Travis. Whew, the only reason that has turned my head a bit, obviously, there is blue on the heel counter.
That's a blue shoe, Mo. That's a blue shoe. Like you cannot keep this up.
Only on the heel
You
counter.
cannot. Nah. The tones.
Mo, can you enter for me, please? Seeing as you're not buying.
Yeah, listen, man. You need to drop the blue. You need to drop the blue at.
You know, top down, yeah. Can you see any blue?
It don't matter. It's
Doesn't
got
matter,
blue
bro.
on it. It's got
If I see you
blue.
buy them, I don't want to see any pictures with blue showing. You better face it the other way.
I'm just gonna take.
I could put together an Argos catalog of Mo in blue shoes, bro.
Photoshop, maybe.
But no. There's plenty. I swear, isn't the tongue tab blue as well? The writing.
Yeah, my cargos will cover that.
Nah, you need to drop it, bro. That's it. We're retiring the blue, the most.
It's a myth.
It's done.
Let's see. Let's see. I might just have them in hand and like just not post them in it. Anyway, Anywho, that was a good question. 9-4 kicks. Given the state of the game, what keeps you going? Yeah, given the state of the game, what keeps you going? More like in reference to resellers, kids, bots, retailers. I'll go first. For me, I don't know. I think it's that age old saying where like we kind of need resellers, obviously, when we take L's. Obviously, places like StockX, Go, collect and all that. Obviously, that helps us obtain pairs and whatnot. But at the same time, I don't know. The more you scroll through your Instagram feed, you're just seeing the same things every time. And especially when something has dropped recently, you're just seeing the same thing over and over again. And I don't know if it's obviously, well, it is because we probably all follow the same kind of people. We follow people that are in the communities, like this, the UK community. And I don't know, I think it's more, I always like to go back for pairs. I think that's what
Yeah,
keeps me in the game as opposed to what's coming out.
I was literally.
Obviously,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You're totally right. I was gonna say that as
literally,
well.
like everyone loves a new release. Everyone loves like getting it first or a team early or a day early or whatnot. Yeah, there's nothing bad about that, but I don't know. For me, that's why I think I don't get salty like easily because I know that later on down the line, I'm just gonna go back for it if I really, really love that pair that much. And damn you, Amar Mania, I really need that shoe. So I'm 100% going for that shoe. The boys know how much I need that. But yeah, for me, I think it's more to do with just going back to pairs. Like if I really like them, if I really like a pair that much, I'm gonna acquire it one way or another, and I don't need to acquire it that week, that day, 2 days before. But yeah, that's what keeps me in the game. Dean, let's go to you.
Nah, just pretty much the same to you, man. It's like I'm at a point with it now where there are certain pairs I really want. Um, over the years, different shoes, different silhouettes, and I just hunt those out. And I keep my obviously I stay up to date with all the new releases. There's an occasional new release I want, but it's quite rare now.
Mm,
Like I'm yeah, generally I'm just the thing that keeps me going. Obviously, besides like the community side of it with like all our friends in the sneaker community here, and obviously between us lot. It's just generally just going for the shoes that I really, really like, the shoes that make me excited. It's just going for the stuff that really, really gets me hyped up for what I'm wearing and stuff like that. So I think that's the only thing really that keeps me going. Because it's an expensive hobby now, you know.
for real, for
Yeah.
real. Ash, how about you, man?
I think it's pretty much same as you guys. Just the love of shoes in generals. Retro pairs of shoes that I've never had, like coming out, can get me excited. But like Dean, I don't know if it's just this year in general, but I've been less excited about
Yeah.
most stuff. Like the amount of stuff that I've picked up and been like, wow, has been very small, to be honest.
So
Yeah.
Most of
true.
the stuff
So
that I've loved came out like last year or 2 years ago. So hunting
Yeah.
back for stuff has been major for me. Obviously, like I do YouTube channel, so sneakers is always just a thing that comes up. Channel's been obviously on the back burner because of the new baby and whatnot, and free time being mad tricky. But taking photos of shoes is always a fun thing. Taking photos, I could take photos of the shoes I've got now for like the next 10 years and probably be content with like the content I make and stuff. But taking a picture of like something new does kind of hit different. So it always keeps me excited about something coming up. But yeah.
talking about going back for crep, I think the one pair that I really want to have in my collection is one pair that Ash has, which is the yellow ochre Air Jordan 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pairs like that, man. You know, obviously I'm gonna have to like pay resale for them, but I'm willing to take that hit because
What are they now?
you want it.
They're expensive now.
No, man. That one day I
How long
will
ago
have
was that release?
2018 or 2019,
No,
something
it
like
wasn't 19. It wasn't 19.
2018, maybe even
I think earlier.
No, it was definitely, it wasn't probably 18.
Yeah, 18 or 17. Yeah.
such a fire shoe, man.
What size are you, Mo?
UK 8,
UK.
US 9 for anyone outside of UK.
Sheesh.
Jesus Christ.
No way. Yo, £705 lowest ask.
Last sale was 465, but still,
Bruh.
a lot.
I mean,
I
it will.
personally, if you're asking me, I wouldn't pay it
Oh nah, not that much. Nah.
because it's a fire shoe, but I
I
wouldn't pay that.
remember when that shoe was like that 200, 250.
That's
Like
what's crazy about all these Jordans, Dean. Every time, man.
700, boy. I sold my ones.
You did
No,
because I know you had the
Yeah,
Team Reds, didn't you?
mine were fucked. Mine were
yeah,
fucked. Yeah, they were worn
them
down. So
Team
I
Reds
sold
were
them
buff, man.
250. Yeah, I got
Um,
Team Red. I got Team Red. I got Team, but
You
I
still
don't.
got that?
Yeah, but I don't need it. So it's like I'm gonna
out of all
sell
the
it.
red, white, and black Jordans, they're not top tier.
I got black toes
Yeah,
in Chicago. Like I just don't
Yeah.
need it. It's like
yeah. I hear you.
ah, it's one of
I
them
hear
ones.
you.
Isn't it? Yeah,
Still a fire shoe, but
yeah, it
No,
is.
I'm not saying it's dead, but 460 is a lot.
yeah.
I'll put that
Oh
money
yeah,
towards those Aimar
Mo. I mean,
Maniers.
yeah, I would rather get the Amar than these, man, for that price, because
For
you know
real,
they're
for
gonna
real.
be some premium, premium materials on that one.
Yeah, the heel on these ones gets a bit funky.
It gets
Does it?
fucked. It gets
Yeah.
fucked, bro. It gets
What
like
hairy?
it gets worn down and it gets marked up and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah,
Good shoes to have for retail, but that price, I wouldn't do it. That's
that's
my
too
advice.
that's too much. I'll have to time it right or something
Yeah.
when there's a glitch or some sort.
I didn't know you wanted those, you know.
I never
Do
would
you
have
know?
picked that for Mo for some reason.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? Like I've and this is so bad, yeah. But obviously, man had to settle for like the shittiest pair. But University Gold lows, which are
Oh,
like
yeah.
full suede. Yeah, obviously it's the new
Oh
type of
yeah, I
Air.
was trying to think of that pair. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
uni gold.
I remember that.
But I
They're
mean,
nice though.
they're cool pair for a low. But I just need, not need, but it'd be dope to have the high at the same time.
I just looked at one of my
Yeah,
pictures. They are fire.
they are.
They
They are fire pair.
Fire, man.
They are
I still
fire
think the
pair.
swoosh should have been. I know it's part of the pack, but I would have liked the black swoosh, obviously,
I know you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
on
this
yeah.
them.
though. You said this
Yeah,
about the red ones as well. But the
yeah,
red swoosh is a bit funky. It is a little bit
yeah.
funky.
Cool. Good question. At Lucky 13 Kicks, Travis 6 1.0s or the 2.0s? Which one's better? Do you know what? I'll let you guys go first, only because I have them.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person, so hard to judge. But from the pictures I've seen and on foot, I think the 2.0s look nicer on feet. But I don't love the hairier suede. I know it's not crazy hairy, but I'm not a big fan of that. But I think colorway wise, it looks a bit nicer than the olives.
I prefer the 1.0. I think the 1.0 looks much better, and the suede is nice. Like on the 1.0, I think from what I've seen, the package as a whole seems to be better for the 2.0. Like they've got more accessories. There's like a
Yeah,
little bit more stuff going on. I hate the branding on the midsole.
that is new, right? That wasn't on the olive pair.
Nah, that
Yeah, I
yeah,
thought so. I was
I
thinking
don't
I
like
didn't see that before.
yeah, I don't like that at all. And I don't like how furry it is, but it's a nice color, so it's never gonna go wrong, really, are you? But I prefer the 1.0 myself.
Fully get you both, to be honest. I wish they done sort of like a switcheroo where they done Nubuck on the 2.0, so it wasn't as hairy. It doesn't bother me that much, to be honest. But yeah, Dean, I totally agree. The packaging for the 2.0 is nuts. Like there's so many like hidden features that I just didn't even know about.
Yeah,
And then when you saw it, you're like, oh shit, that's there. But yeah, we'll discuss that later. I think personally 1.0s are better. I think they're more wearable. I don't know.
yeah,
Mm.
I agree. I agree.
I think they're more wearable. I don't know. Like green is pretty.
I just it's a nicer material. It will hold up better. It
It's,
will age better. It will just like
it is.
yeah,
I just think like it's dope to have both in that
yeah,
sense.
for sure.
So it's cool to have both.
They're
The
both
tongue
things.
glows in the dark, right, on the new ones?
Yeah, literally, Ash, the whole flipping thing
Do
glows. I don't, I don't know what you'd use that feature for, but
you think glow in the dark's kiddie or it's cool?
I
you know
don't
what?
like it. I don't like it.
I kind of get embarrassed when I've got that and you see it and it gets a bit dark. I feel like a kid.
Yeah.
You know what? Out of like glow in the dark and 3M, like I would always choose 3M.
Yeah,
Like
same,
Yeah, I
because it's
same,
a
think so.
bit more
same.
subtle, not as bait. But with like glow in the dark, you're just like
It is cool because it's not, you don't see it often, but it's Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah,
out there.
it's a bit much, but you know, I think Travis like his both his sixes are like really nice shoes. I think I just like the ones better. I think the one is a little bit more out. Like every time I see the one, I think like that's a beautiful shoe, and that's gonna age really really
Yeah,
nice. That
yeah.
suede, that new buck is gonna age really really good.
Did they come with spare laces, bro?
They did. Yeah, it
What
comes
color?
with.
Oh, some of the
Oof,
lace swaps with
oof.
this.
Yeah, I've seen
'Cause
some
I've seen some
awful.
lace swaps, but I don't know what actually came with. What
Oh
was it?
man,
I'm gonna say
do they come with pink?
no. They don't. They don't, bro.
Oh
See,
my
this,
god!
this
So
is
someone
what I'm
put
saying.
pink in there.
I've seen loads of people with
Some
pink.
like the thing we have where it's like you don't have to put sail laces in every shoe. I've already seen it. Like you don't.
Off-white sail laces.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. We'll discuss that a bit later. But for me, 1.0s over the 2.0s. But I ain't mad at either of them. Like or the 2.0s, man. They're both cool and just dope to have both pairs. You know. Good question there, Mikey. Next question from your boy Sundeep87.
Shout out.
Nike's move to zero, has this affected how you buy sneakers from other brands? I'll take this one first, lads. Personally, for me, I don't think it hasn't really changed my perception of like buying sneakers from other brands. I really should invest in sneakers that are biodegradable, better for the environment, etc. I haven't actually bought any pairs yet. I should actually buy a pair so that I can feel what it's like for me personally. I haven't even tried a pair, so I need to try a pair also. But I mean, what have Adidas got in comparison to the recyclable
The
materials
parlay
that
stuff, maybe.
parlay stuff? Yeah, I
That's the
think they do.
bottles, isn't it? Recycled bottles, I think.
Yeah, I think they need to push more of that, like for brands to be like more competitive. Because, well, I think Nike has pushed out how many more than 10, pairs of like silhouettes that are sort of moved to zero campaign wise, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd imagine. I bet Adidas has done more than we think. We just don't see it, probably.
Maybe they don't push it that much with regards to the marketing side. For me, Sandeep, it doesn't affect me that much, to be honest. If I do think of a sneaker that's good for the environment, just sort of mentally, I think of Nike straight away. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. Maybe that's for me to be educated more on like what other brands do cater for that for the consumer. Yeah, so as it stands for me, it doesn't really affect the way I buy sneakers. Ash, how about you?
No, I think it's a great initiative, the whole sustainability thing, but it doesn't come into my mind at all when I'm buying sneakers. I'm just looking at what shoe I want and I buy it. I don't really look at how it's made and whatnot, to be honest.
Dean, how about you, man?
No, I'm the same as you guys. It's more a thing for me when I'm buying clothes. I put more
Mm.
thought and emphasis on
I mean,
my
what brand
clothing.
do you think of when you think of sustainability,
What
environmentally friendly materials? Like, what sneaker brand do you immediately think of?
I would have thought of Adidas, to be honest, before this move to zero thing, because that was the
Okay.
only thing I really
I
had
think
heard about.
nowadays Nike, because of all the pairs we've seen that have had this focus. But before, I don't know.
What's that? And this is, I don't know, maybe we'll cut this out. I'm not sure. But that vegan shoe, vegan?
Veja.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Veja.
Is that a
That's,
vegan brand?
they're
I don't know.
sustainable. Yeah, they're completely
Oh, that's
sustainable.
cool.
Yeah, all
I
the
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's not really a go-to brand, is it?
no, but
That's
they're
the only
quite
Popular
thing.
though.
popular. They are
I see them
popular.
a lot.
Yeah,
There,
they're
there is
popular.
there is a market for them. Yeah, there is.
They've got a
Yeah.
shop near in Carnaby Street, right next to Size.
Yeah. A lot of the girls at work wear them. Like,
Mm. Yeah, I see them on feet a lot. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was their thing.
I don't know. I suppose it could go against their principles or their moral values if they were to do a collab of some sort, isn't it? Don't know. Who knows? Good question, Sandeep. Appreciate that. Next question is from Leeds 2136. Hi guys, hope you're having a great bank holiday weekend. What are your top three sneaker of the year so far? What is your top three sneaker of the year so far? Dean, let's go to you, man.
So the AMM3 is 100% is up there so far. When did the Habibi dunk come? That was last year, isn't it?
Good question. I'm not
Ooh,
too sure.
oof.
I like the Carpet Company dunks. I think they're up there. I think those are fucking sick, man. I really
What
regret
one's
that.
that now?
It's like blue with the gum bottom, white midsole. You can
Yeah,
tear it. You can tear it apart as well, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. I think those are really sick.
I watched the story of that. That is pretty dope, man.
Yeah, it's a really cool shoe, man. Really cool.
Habibi was December 2020.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
Outside of that, probably maybe the ALD 550, even though it's a sore topic right now.
Do you know what though? They've come down in price a lot.
Have they
I was, look- I was looking at my size. It's gone down to like 250 ish,
really?
and
I
they
hope.
were like 450.
Mm.
But yeah, great shoe. That.
What do you guys think anyway? Top three.
Ash, let's go to you, man.
For me, uh, Jordan 1 neutral greys, 85s has to be there. AMM AJ3, of course, super fire.
Fucking hell,
And
forgot
last,
the 85.
we say?
Forgot the 85. Yeah, throw that
Yeah,
in
I
as
was waiting for you
well.
to say it.
Yeah, shit.
And you
My
rocked them
bad.
recently as well.
Yeah,
I
fuck
was
me.
waiting for you to say it,
Yo, this ALD has dropped big time.
bro. I know.
Yo,
I
man,
think everyone's got them now, isn't
I
it?
need to
So
get my pair, or I need my refund because I like, uh, I ain't got it, man.
Have they sent out the tracking numbers yet?
To everyone but me and Ash.
yeah, we both got screwed.
Fuck's sake.
I'm taking that L. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
it's not happening. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my refund at this point.
Well, at least it's not going to be expensive by the time it comes.
Yeah, you know what? I literally might just cop it right now looking at this.
Just just get it in hand.
What did I say? Oh yeah, so Jordan 1 neutral grey, AMM Jordan 3s, and the New Balance 992 times Amoeba Music in the yellow grey colorway. My top
Mad.
three.
Mad. Yeah, for me, it will be Amon Mania 3, Neutral Grey, 85s, and good old Pattern 991.
Yeah, fire.
Weekly drop.
Bro, man, that shoe is just beauty.
Amazing,
Keep
beautiful.
looking at it. Just keep looking at it and like touching the material. Geeky with it, man.
Man, getting freaky.
Yeah. Good question there. And our last question, guys, is from your boy at underscore Thai kicks. Oh no, at Thai underscore kicks. Read that wrong there. Shout out Thai. Do you think collecting shoes is an addiction that can lead you astray financially? Dean, let's go to you first.
Yeah, well, 100%. I think any hobby that's expensive can lead you astray, but I think shoes are particularly dangerous because of the social media aspect of it, and
The
I
sheer
think
volume as well
we're
that come out.
literally weekly releases, and it gets to a point where some people, see a lot of people that are spending quite feasibly half their paycheck on shoes every month, which is crazy,
Mad.
right? Um,
That's mad.
yeah, especially like like you see it, like obviously people can do what they want, so you don't think anything of it. But like I'm sure some people have got into financial problems because of shoes, 100%. You
Yeah.
got to be careful. I think too much of anything is bad, whatever it is. So it's all in moderation.
You don't know what goes on behind closed doors, man. You don't know, like, people are happy to post on,
Mm,
social media and be like,
exactly.
yeah, got them a week early. You never see them on foot, but like, yeah. You just don't know. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. People could be like in financial debt, which is an awful
Very
position.
sad, man. Oh,
Yeah. So, you know,
Absolutely.
to everyone listening, like, just, yeah, exactly what Dean said, buy in moderation, buy within your means.
Yeah.
If you don't need it, just let it go,
I,
man.
you know what? Honestly, the, no matter how much it feels like you need that shoe, sometimes you give it a few days, you wake up and you'll find that you don't want it anymore. Like you're cool.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to sleep on it sometimes and just give yourself that separation. But yeah, like just gotta be responsible. So easy to get caught up in this stuff, man.
100%, man. Ash, what's your take?
Yeah, it can definitely happen. I'm seeing it all the time. But like some people, I need to know what they do for a living because without fail, any raffle that goes up, I see their name in there. I see them every week picking up shoes, and I'm like, I thought I had a decent job paying all right, but I can't be buying exactly what they're doing. They're doing the madness. So I
Yeah,
still don't
it's
get what
so
some people are doing, how they're doing it. And some people are
Right.
mad young as well that are picking up
Yeah.
stuff that when I was that age, wouldn't even consider buying
bro,
like 3 pairs a week. Like 3 pairs a
right.
month is even crazy, let alone 3 pairs a week.
Bro,
Some of these
at
people.
that some of the age, like when I was in their age, I was lucky to get, maybe a few pairs a year, to be honest
Yeah,
with
you have
you.
your one pair of Air Forces, just play
Honestly, I
football in
remember
it, go
being
out in it, everything.
Everything.
broke as fuck at
Everything.
uni as well, and like not being able to afford shit. Like fuck, man. I don't know how they do it, man. But
Uni
some of the
people are dripped out these days.
I know,
Like
like designer head to toe, like they're taking that loan
buying
and going,
Balmain t-shirts.
bang.
Do you know how much of a bad investment that is?
I know. Buying the plain white tee with the
Fucking
branding
hell.
on it. Like as soon
Yeah.
as that tag gets popped, they just lost £500. Yeah,
Are freaking swaggy though. Like, I'm driving and whatnot, and I see some uni guys or whatever. They're drippy. They're actually
Mm-hmm.
drippy. When I was that age, I'm sure I wasn't dressing like that. I was just generic mode.
generic as fuck. Yeah, like tracksuits, like wearing just whatever in
I
it.
wore a tracksuit to uni nearly every day, I think.
Yeah, man. And now you see these kids like I see my man looking like a fucking Vogue model walking down the road. I'm like, how old is this guy? He's probably like 14. And I'm just like, what the fuck
No,
is going on?
bruv, do you know them ones where it's like pleated trousers, roll neck, blazer, mad rings,
Yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah. You
yeah,
know the
like
one where like it's like he'll have like a dye in his hair as well or something, or
yeah.
and you're
But at
like,
the same
I'll
time,
be like looking at him like I'm impressed. I'm impressed that someone of your age has been able
yeah,
to
put
to put that
together.
together, but at the same time, I'm dispirited by it because like, how the hell are you able to do that? Why are you able to do
It's crazy.
Ash,
that?
like, when we watch that unknown vlogs guy, and
Yeah.
he's just like, "So what are you wearing today?" And it's like the plainest t-shirt.
Oh my God.
Then my man's just like, "Yeah, easy Miyake." You're like, "What? What?"
Everything that is basic is a mad brand. I'm like, what is going on?
Man, shout out
What
Issy,
made you
man.
go
You
into
know,
a shop and buy a plain green tea for like £300 and you thought that was cool? Nuts.
I see one. It's like, I don't know. It looks ripped. Like, I don't
you
know.
know,
The stitching
it's
bad.
that
Like
like
everything is freaked in it.
with designer, like I really think like it sounds wild, right? But like if you're gonna get something, you gotta get something like a jacket, a coat, and while that costs way more, if you're gonna go there, right? Don't get a fucking tee that is just easily replicated. The
Yeah.
good thing about the
Yeah,
designers that they sometimes come with these designs that no one else has. Like no one has anything like that jacket or whatever on the market. So go get that. Go get something like that if you're gonna go that way. But allow getting like these like
Buying an
plain,
Amiri hoodie.
yeah, like fucking
man.
hell, bro. You just
But
spent
you know
four
what?
bags.
Do you know what though? What's worse? Like, obviously, fast fashion is so like apparent right now throughout social media, throughout retailers.
Mm.
You'll see like an adaptation of like a box logo in Zara. You'll see
Oh
an
yeah.
adaptation of
Oh
something in
man, yeah,
H
yeah.
and M, and you'll just be like, "Ah, bruh, man." Like, but anywho,
H&M had a whole like Fear of God collection out pretty much. I've seen it.
Yeah, I
they
know,
do,
man.
yeah.
I
And the
know.
material is nuts. It's like really good, actually.
I
Like,
stay away from them all though, man. I just stay
it is
away
nuts.
now. I just stay
Like,
clear.
look at us.
Like
Why are we talking like we're like fashion guys? You know.
Have you seen Dean's
Anyway,
Instagram lately? Dean's the goat.
he is the
Yes.
fashion
Killing
guy.
them.
He is.
I
I
know about
mean,
that, man.
Once I
that's
lose
what
£150, I'll see you there. See you on the gram.
We need tips, D. We need tips.
Oh no, man. I need tips.
Thanks for that question, Ty. I really appreciate that. We did go astray a little bit on the topic, but yeah, don't go astray financially, people. Yeah, thanks for sending in your questions each and every week. We do the HSU question time. We absolutely love this segment. So yeah, keep them coming in. We do it 1 or 2 days before the podcast. So make sure you always get involved, guys. Moving on to the next part of Half Size Up. And we have Cop of the Week. In this segment, we discuss what sneakers we copped or wanted to cop. And this week, we'll start with Ash. So, Ash, what'd you cop this week, man?
Cops this week were pretty light, to be honest. The only thing I got was the Vapor Waffle Dark Iris pair, which Dean has already dissed me for, like straight away. But like,
hey.
go on.
I still like the picture.
That's true.
And I commented.
You did. I respect that, and I appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, honestly, it's not even my size, to be honest. This is my girl's pair, so they went for me. They went for me, so you can take back the hate. But yeah, they're actually nicer than I thought they were. Like the material's like really nice. Like compared to the nylons that came out, I think these are better.
Oh, really?
Compared to the LD, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I think they can do some decent colorways with this and make these decent, but I wouldn't personally need this shoe. Like the colorway and stuff, I don't really need it, but it's better than I thought it would be, I would say. The material's nice though, proper nice.
I need to see them in hand now.
Yeah.
What they're like. Dean, how about you? Any cops this week or wanted to cop?
I got the brown ones. I need to go collect them from Offspring. But yeah,
the beige one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I prefer that color over the purple and orange
me too,
for some reason.
I haven't seen the beige one on feet yet. Anyone?
I saw a couple of pics, and I was thinking like, oh, I'll keep these on ice for a while, but like they look nice, man. They look really good. Like, I'm gonna be tempted to wear them straight away, so I'm gonna have to like take them and put them away because everyone's gonna have a pair on, you know.
Yeah.
But
give it a month or two.
Now I've heard from Ash the materials are really nice. Like, yeah, like that's good to know because I think the blue. I'm not keen on the blue hint so much, but it's not. It's very slight. It's so slight, and I think a little lace swap, and I think it'll be a shoe that I can rock.
But that new buck's like it's proper lovely. It's a nice change color.
Really surprising, man.
Surprising. That is surprising.
So
is the blue navy? Is it navy blue?
It's a navy blue. Yeah.
On Dean's pair, yes, navy.
Yeah.
They're nice though. That colorway is nice. The one you got.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it in hand now because I wasn't sure about the materials, but yeah, it's nice, man. That's the first. I think that was one of my first or second retail wins this year. So
mad.
Well,
shout out
on stuff I've kept, on stuff I'm keeping. Like, yeah.
Cool. Let us know how that is, Dean. Just because, I'd
like to see. What's that
I'm gonna collect it next week, so hopefully,
cool.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Wicked. For me this week, lads, I had to wear the Travis Scott 6, obviously, to pick up the Travis Scott 6 British Khaki, complete 180, I suppose, lads, is what we can say, because a couple podcasts ago, I did say, nah, I don't need that. I don't think it's good. But yeah, I mean, I did watch a couple reviews on it. I did have a look at like pictures and images and whatnot, and I thought it was cool. I mean, always dope to have the second pair, of the same shoe in that sense. For me,
double pack.
And just surprising, like there was little hidden accessories in there. Didn't know it comes with this sort of brown string bag. Well, I don't know what I'll use that for, to be honest, but I thought that was a great touch. The box itself is cool. It's sort of like got a pink lid with like a crimson red like Jordan Jumpman on there. The pockets, the medial side pocket with the zipper, it's not as big as I thought it was. For me, I'd probably be covering that part anyway when I do wear it. It doesn't protrude out as much as I thought it would. The pocket on the outside came with 2 spare lace locks, which was pretty cool because it does come with like some glow in the dark ones already on the laces. So yeah, that was kind of surprising. But yeah, as Dean said before, yeah, it's just as a pack itself, it's cool. Like they put a lot more things in it. But I agree with you with the Cactus Jack. What is it? The face.
Yeah.
They call it like the emoji face. That is very weird on the medial side of the midsole. Yeah, not on the outer side. It's on the medial.
I don't like it. I just don't think like where they've placed it in the past on his shoes, because that thing is really a thing about like it's a tasting. A lot of people will hate that logo being on their shoe. So like where they've placed it in the past, I really liked the placement on the Jordan 1. I thought that was done really well. This one for me, I feel like it's unnecessary. Like, I just didn't need to be on it.
It's like over branded.
Yeah, it just doesn't need it. The shoe's
Makes
good.
sense.
Like the shoe looks good. Like it doesn't need it. Like
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember this Air Jordan 7 patter where they started putting patter?
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
And that was weird. It's kind of the same feeling, like, but it's worse.
That was a
It's on
shame.
the side.
The patter colorway was so good on that shoe.
It looked like a Travis collab.
It was such a great colorway, but the branding was so heavy and like just
on the midsole, you know, nuts. Like it's so dominant. Like as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, why's that there? Like you feel like it should be somewhere else, or at least smaller, like much smaller.
No,
you know,
just don't do it there.
You know, like the swoosh on like an Air Max 1, like mini swoosh, sort of.
Oh yeah, if it said patter, yeah.
Yeah, if it said patter like that, like super small, just on the toe cap, that could have worked. But yeah, medial's that. Anywho, yeah, that's the only pickup I had this week. I do feel like, I don't know, depending on what's coming out in the next few weeks, I do feel like I won't cop anything else.
I hope there's a break.
Yeah. This like retail on these Travises were $210, man. It's like, oof.
What was the first pair? Can you remember? I feel like it wasn't $210, but maybe it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't $210.
I don't know. I can't remember. I need to check the receipt, but
that's like what, £40 extra for a collab?
Yeah. Well, I think ain't it usually 165 or 165?
Yeah, it is.
So
it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
The way Jordan prices have gone up is bad.
Yeah.
I saw some old receipts recently and it's insane. Jordan 1's 109, 11's 135. Oh.
Yeah, it just keeps creeping up. You don't even notice.
Mo, do you remember last week I was asking you about those Legend Blue 11s? They were 165, the lows.
No way.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
For a low.
For the low.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Slowly, like you don't really realize it. Like £5 here, £10 there, but then you just see how much it's increased over the years. It's just, I think that's another topic, for another day. Cool, all dope pickups, lads. Up next we have Sneaker Peeve of the Week. In this part of the podcast, we have a slight rant about our biggest sneaker peeves. So basically, we get to go in on something that we've seen on social media or anything else. And this week's sneaker peeve of the week comes from myself. Yes, comes from Merkle Moman. And this week's topic, lads, I don't know if you've ever seen this before or if you've experienced this or whatnot, but sneaker peeve of the week from me this week is from people who endorse the likes of Collect, StockX, GOAT, etc., all those platforms. But what's been happening recently is like I see people who endorse Collect, right? Or Collect. I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Collect.
Collect, yeah. Okay, let's say that. Like, they'll hype up the brand, put it in their stories. I am now sponsored by Collect. I am now representing
Team Collect.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm now representing them, and I don't.
Cool. Tell them to get some fucking pairs in stock, man. Every time I try and find something, they ain't got none of them. So like, fuck me.
Exactly. So these people, okay, are the same people that are in my DMs saying, "Bro, how come I didn't get the win? How come you got the win somewhere else? Like, I didn't get a dub. I didn't, like, how do I get the dub, bruh?" You are a representative of Collect, StockX, Go, and you're not getting dubs. What do you actually do for them then? Like, what are you
Just have
doing?
Team Collect in the bio, innit? It's lit.
I mean, what is it? Just like a clout thing? Like, is it a status thing for you to be like, yeah,
There's so many of
I'm
them as well. There's
exactly, yeah,
so
exactly.
many
You
of
see one every week. Oh, I just want to say,
I've just signed up
and
to Team Collect.
yeah, and all their mates are like, "Oh, congratulations to at da 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 da, who's now part of Team Collect da 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 da." Like, okay, you're part of Team Collect, bro. You should be getting priority. You should be getting plugged. You should be
Yeah, but
getting
like,
early links or something like that. Like,
but like, what
come
do
on, man.
they? I don't get it in general. Like, what do they
What do they do?
advertise? Do they promote Collect in another
I
way
don't,
besides that than announcing and like saying I'm part of Team Collect? What do they get out
I
of
this
it?
can't
Like,
remember if they even post it in their posts, like
I
anything.
don't think so. I don't think because the Collect never got anything in stock,
There
bro.
must be something that I'm missing.
I don't know. Like
I don't know what
anytime
they
I've
do.
tried to search Collect for anything that's like more than a few years old, they don't have any sizes of anything. So it's like, yeah, I just don't bother with it.
That
So I
site's
don't.
been dead for a while.
Yeah.
Bro, it's no jokes because it's you just blatantly know, like, when you start seeing their mates like put on their stories, congrats to this person for being part of Team Collect. Bro, what are you doing with that? Nothing. Like, you don't get priority, you're not getting early links for nothing. It's literally just a status thing for you to be like, yeah, Team Early, Team Collect. Bruh, stop. Stay out of my DMs. Stay out of the boys' DMs.
Hey, I
Stop
listen.
crying. Stop crying.
I don't know what's going on, but if I was part of Team Collect or like, I would hope to be
Yeah,
receiving pairs, right? Or like,
exactly.
I
Do
don't know.
they like post their pictures? Do they only post people that they sponsor or whatever on their IG? I don't
I
know.
don't know. Don't know. I don't follow. I'm not like it's like a different community in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
And I don't know if is it Euro based? Is
Yeah,
it EU?
it is. It is. It's
Yeah.
very European centric.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
And
German.
do you know, I've had like 2 or 3 people in my DMs being like, "How did you win this shoe?" And I'm like, "Bro, like, for example, Offspring, it says post something creative. Post, it's a creative, entry. I was creative. They chose me because they thought my work was creative. They gave me a dub because, I posted a nice picture. That's how I want it. There's nothing, complex about it. Meanwhile, you are like hyping up, collect, and you can get a dub. Like, it's, why are you crying in my DMs for? If you're that person, stop that.
Respectfully.
That's my and that, guys, is my sneaker peeve of the week. Thanks for getting involved in that one. On to the next, lads. This is the part of the podcast we would like to call Take My Dough or Leave It, Bro. This is a quick fire round. One of us names a bunch of sneakers. The HSU team will have to say whether it's take my dough or leave it, bro. Simple game. This week, it's Dean to set the tone. So, Dean, let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go through it one by one actually, because I think it's a quieter sort of week, and I think next couple of weeks, looking at the release calendar, it's nothing too crazy,
I
and that's a
hope it
little
stays like that.
yeah, it's a little bit reflected here because there's some cool stuff here, but nothing too hype. So the first one is the Adidas ZX 8000 Lego series. So that's like an assortment of different colorways, things like a red, a yellow, a blue, a green, a pink, an orange one, and
It's all
yeah,
like one color, isn't it?
one color block, and so it looks like a Lego block, right?
Hmm.
Ash, what do you think of these, man?
Um, Maybe in 2016 I might have copped one,
Yeah,
but right now, nah, I don't need it. I think the original Lego ZX was cool,
yeah,
like because it had
Mm.
more of the colors in it and stuff. These ones are a little bit too plain for me to be that sort of hype about it.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not too bothered, to be honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Leave it, bro.
What do you think, Mo?
So for me, if you were out on a fancy dress and you're dressing as the Power Rangers, you'd
You're covered.
you'd you'd easily be able to match the fit with the crepe. Um, for me, I mean, I respect the ZX 8000 brilliant silhouette, but this for me is a straight leave it, bro.
Yeah,
The only one that really resonates with me is the black and the red one.
I think the
I
black
mean,
one's cool. It looks nice.
that one's
yeah,
cool, yeah.
I like
yeah,
the lace lock thing with the lace lock, whatever you call it, at the bottom of the laces with the
yeah,
Lego
yeah, yeah,
brick.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. It's
That's
wicked
cool.
touch.
Can you add any of the pieces to the shoe, like the
I'll
first
You
one?
definitely.
could on the other pairs. I don't think you can on these.
Heel counter, lads. Have a quick look at the heel counter.
I haven't got it on here. Let me see.
It's kind of like there's those,
Oh, has it got
those
the dots on it?
yeah, so that you can add Lego pieces on
Maybe
there.
put
I
a
mean,
Lego character standing on it or something.
I mean,
Just wait
would you
for the
put a piece
people.
on there?
No,
Nah, I'm
That will
alright.
fall off. That will fall off,
I'm
wouldn't it?
alright.
definitely.
I can
But these
read.
are gonna smash it though. Like the Lego ones were probably one of the most popular from the A to ZX collection, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
love Lego, so I think it will bang for them.
No, I can proper appreciate the concept, man, and the ZX 8000 is a great shoe, man. Just for me personally, it's a leave it, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm the same with you guys. It's a leave it, but I do appreciate the way it actually looks like a Lego brick. Like they look like Lego bricks. Like it's funny. Like I do
Yeah, it's
like.
cool.
Yeah, and the materials look really nice. To be honest, looks really premium.
Playful, isn't it?
Yeah, I think kids will love it. I think it's gonna have its audience, and yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with this collab. Um, Decent effort. Okay, on to the second pair. Like I think this is a New Balance silhouette. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a newish model. Yeah.
This is a newish one. Okay, so this is the New Balance M5740TA, grade A. Um, yeah, Mo, what do you think? Have you seen this pair? What do you think of this?
So I've got the picture up right now.
Yeah,
Off the bat, obviously the color palette just works.
yeah,
Very on
Cell
trend.
midsole,
yeah,
cell midsole, sort of grey, different materials on there. I suppose I can see like textured suede, some nubuck on there, some perforated leather. I think it's cool. The midsole is kind of chunky, but I mean, compare that to Sakai, and you're like, it's on trend in that sense. Very easy shoe to wear. But I don't know, sort of for me, when I think of New Balance, I'm straight away turning my head to a 991, 992. In comparison to what this shoe might resemble, don't know, maybe like a 574, perhaps. I don't know. It is an improvement of it though.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
a hybrid.
definitely an improvement. I think it is an improvement. Yeah,
574s are not that. I've got one pair of 574s. These are nice, for sure.
I like them. If I had the opportunity, I don't know. I don't need them. I'll do a Dean. I don't need but I like them. So, but for me personally, it's a leave it, bro.
yeah. What do you think, Ash?
For me, I think they're actually pretty cool. I think if this
Yeah,
was a couple years ago when I didn't have as many pairs, it would be a pair that I would probably get. But right now, it's not a pair that I need. But funny enough, I don't know if you guys have seen or remember the from the A to ZX thing. There was the High Sonobiety collaboration. It's called the Qualitat,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
like
yeah.
the same kind of color blocking, or just like colorway. It's got the same kind of hits to it, so it's pretty interesting that like the toe box is exactly the same, pretty much of the shoe.
Really?
and I think I actually prefer the New Balance one to it. I'm sure the Qualitat's better quality because I think
Yeah.
the 574s in general were like more of like the basic range when it comes to New Balance. They weren't expensive. I think these are like £119 as it is. So, and the ZX were one of the higher priced ZX that came out. But yeah, so leave it, bro. But it's on sale for 40 quid. I'm picking it up.
40 quid, yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Less than half, you know. The respect, man.
Damn, savage. Yeah, I'm the same as you guys. It's nice. It's a nice shoe. Like it's one of them shoes that like you could wear as like an everyday sort of daily shoe.
Definitely.
The
Yeah,
colorway is
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice, but yeah, it's just again, it's just not something I need on sale. Like if it dropped to a friend, I don't know about £40. That
Was
would
that
be
extra? Was that taking a piss?
that's a bit optimistic. But like if it drops to like 70, 75, 80, something like that, I think is more likely. Then
Yeah.
maybe you might fancy it. But like you guys said, I think there are just so many nice New Balance silhouettes. Like has to be real special for it to really kind of like grab your interest away from those sort of pairs. So leave
Was this
it.
the model that had the Nike tick at the
Yeah,
front?
yeah,
The
yeah,
swoosh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
swoosh,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Is that a bit like 3M or something?
Yeah, it is.
Mm, I
Yeah,
was
it's very
jokes.
subtle, but it's jokes. Yeah, you can see it in the pictures.
Yeah.
Not as apparent. Not as apparent
Not in
on
this
this
colorway,
one.
Nah,
no.
nah, it's not. It's not. It's really subtle. Like you gotta look
Yeah.
for it. But when the color difference is quite obvious, yeah, you,
Mm.
Stands
you
out big
notice it.
time.
Yeah. Okay, so next pair is the Air Jordan 7 Flint. And let's start with you, Ash. What do you think of this pair?
Leave it, bro. This, I think, does 0 for me. I'd even call it ugly.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. I don't do
oh.
Savage.
nothing for me. I don't like it at all.
Oh, fair enough. That's an easy leave it. For Ash, we're throwing that into the
Yeah,
ocean.
dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire, kick it off the bridge. It's gone. Mo, what are you saying?
So for me, like with regards to Air Jordan 7s, for me personally, it has to be a 7 that Jordan wore. So it's got to be a like a
Yeah,
colorway that he wore back in the day. So I'm talking Raptors,
yeah,
Bordeaux's, it has to be something quite iconic for me. The ones that sort of are outside of what he wore doesn't really do it for me neither. Um, this colorway is great though. It's good for for the summer. I suppose with some shorts, high socks, I think it will drop quite nicely. What's the price point on it? 150. Not bad. Not a bad price point. But for me, again, I think it would be a leave it, bro. But I can fully appreciate the shoe.
yeah. I'm the same again. Nothing really against it. It doesn't do anything for me either, to be honest. Some people will like it, but yeah, it's an
Is this the
easy
first
leave.
time it's retroed?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe so. I'm not 100% though, but
2006.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
last time.
yeah, it must be. Yeah, the first time it's retroed.
yeah. So there'll be some people that are
Yeah,
probably
people will be
keen.
gassed about these, yeah.
Yeah, some
Man like Lars.
Americans. Lyle will like it as well. I think maybe Condemned Dreams. But who knows? Who knows? For me, it's a leave it. Okay, so the
Yeah.
next one, I'm gonna start this one. It's the Air Jordan 1 Crimson Tint. And actually, I've seen some pairs in hand today, so a little bit late, but it's still relevant. So I'm gonna say it's an easy leave it, man. I didn't like this shoe in a high, and I don't like it in a low, especially not an OG low. It's the newer low, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
is it the older low?
It's the fat lower, looks like.
Yeah, the fat low. So this is an easy leave it for me. This shoe brings up a lot of bad memories. I remember being so stunned and taken back by the materials on this pair. Because the colorway is nice, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Like it
yeah.
was it was just unnecessary. Um, and I feel like this was one of the first ones where they started going down this route where they started messing around with these like different sort of yeah. So for that reason alone, it's a leave it for me. But you guys might feel differently. I know you guys really like the colorway as well. So
Yeah,
what
me
do
and
you
Mo both got the high.
Oh yeah, sorry.
of these. Yeah, me personally, it's a leave it, bro. I think my girl might possibly like this because she likes these Jordan 1 Fat Low. She doesn't like high tops at all, really. So I think
Yeah,
she'd probably like these. But I think I like the choices they've made in this compared to the other ones. They don't have that gross tumble. I imagine the toe box is probably going to be like paper, like the other one,
yeah,
possibly. But I do prefer the materials. Although on this picture, the mid panel looks weird. I don't know if
Yeah.
it doesn't look like leather. It looks like flat. I don't know if it's this picture that I'm looking at on Nice Kicks, but the mid panel looks super like this weird flat leather, different to the rest of the shoe, like the eyelets, leather and stuff. I don't know. So it might be a bit funky, but yeah, leave it, bro, for me. I don't need these. What about you, Mo?
Off the bat for me, it's a leave it, bro. Funny enough, that this has been mentioned because I actually wore the highs this week or last week. I actually switched out the laces from the pink and put the black pair of laces back
yeah,
in. And yeah, I totally get what you mean, Dean. Like when they did come out, it wasn't really loved in that sense because I don't know. I suppose it tried to imitate the rust pink, and it wasn't quite the rust pink. It was like super light peach in that
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. Where sort of it declined. Like they started making these
Everyone
crap.
customized them, didn't they? They put a
They
white,
did, yeah, the
painted the
white.
white mid panel.
Yeah. But nonetheless, like I was saying this to Ash earlier, but the reason why I got the highs is because I bought a pair from Foot Locker and they cancelled my order 3 times, like consecutively 3 times. I complained and they gave me this 30% discount code. So when it did come back in stock, I used the code um for it on the retail price and managed to get them for like
nice,
95
nice.
quid.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there
yeah.
was nothing else on that website, so I just thought, fuck it, let me just cop the highs. Um, Off the bat for me, yeah, this is it's a leave it, bro, but no, it doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's a slow week, man. It's a slow week. And to round it off, we got the Nike SB times Stingwater Dunk Low. And Mo, you can start us off with this one as well. What do you think of this?
So I actually saw these on the sneakers app. I think it was like yesterday, and I just thought to myself, this is loud. The concept is mad. Like I don't know how it passed, but I don't know if it's PC for Nike. Like, if it's politically correct? I don't know. I don't know if like how they haven't got in trouble. Anywho, it looks weird to me because the swoosh is tiny. It hasn't got like the big swoosh. I haven't really looked into it too deep. The tongue tab looks kind of cool, but the design itself, I'm not too sure, man. It's a leave it, bro. Like, it doesn't really catch me. Price point is quite cool. That outsole being icy white.
Have you seen the text on the outsole?
Yes, it's like Sting.
No, it says
Oh, with eyes.
plant emoji with
Oh,
eyes.
like I can't. Like I don't get it, man. I don't get the the sock liner looks cool. It's like kind of corduroy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's kind of cool. For me, off the bat though, yeah, it's a leave it, bro. For me, even though it's red. But
yeah. Ash,
yes,
what do you think, Ash, man? What do you
No,
think
I
of
think
this?
they're pretty shit, to be honest.
fucking hell.
I don't think they work. I don't think it works at all. Like the icy midsole looks terrible with the red and the mini swoosh, just too
Yeah,
small.
the,
The soul thing is crazy though. Plant emoji with eyes is what the hell?
I don't get
Why do
it.
you say that?
What are they doing?
I don't know.
How did that pass in the boardroom? Like,
Supposedly
Like,
that's what the brand is known for. This sort
yeah,
of
oh, okay.
taglines and shit.
Well, yeah, I'm with you guys, man. Like, I don't get this shoe. I don't get this shoe. I think I really the tongue tab is the only thing I think is nice. I like the tongue
Mm.
tab, but
mm,
I
I
think a real
don't.
swoosh would have made it better.
Yeah,
yeah,
Like even if they had that
yeah,
little mini swoosh on the medial side, maybe. But
yeah.
it's horrible. It looks like a
yeah,
fake shoe.
yeah. It does look like a fake
Yeah,
shoe.
Looks like a
It does.
knockoff.
It looks like a fake Nike shoe. It does. You're right.
What's that
Okay,
guy
so
that got done by Nike? Warren Lotus.
oh,
Looks like a Warren Lotus collab.
Yeah.
it's savage,
No,
man. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
that's not
So
the only
I think
one.
was that is that 5 leave it's for everyone? Is that,
For me,
Five
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
leagues. Have we? Has that happened before? It has, hasn't it?
I think it has.
Probably
Yeah.
has
Once.
happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But the
But
New Balance I would cop, but I don't need it, so I wouldn't.
yeah.
But the rest of
Yeah.
them I wouldn't cop.
I'm pretty much with you there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That was a good 5 sneakers there, Dean. Appreciate that, man.
Tried my best, man.
So that takes us to the end of the podcast, lads. We're about ready to close out episode 14 of Half Size Up. As always, it's been dope chopping it up with you boys. Next week, we do have a special guest feature on the show. Yes, we know you guys have been waiting for a weekly feature. Don't know about you guys, but I've had weekly DMs from listeners asking who's going to be on next. Well, stand by for next week's episode. A little bit about himself. He's been in the game for some time. He's been collecting in his teens since about the mid 90s. And he actually got me my first retail job. So stay locked in for next week's episode. In the meantime, do we have any shout outs or honorable mentions? Ash, let's go to you.
Same old shout outs to the people, shout outs to the wifey. Thanks for all the questions. As we always say, it's like one of our favorite points, so keep getting those in. And hashtag the favorite shoe you wore this week, get you on the stories.
Cool. How about you, man?
Yeah, it's just same. It's echo Ash's sentiments. Thank you to everyone listening who are sending in questions and all that. Yeah, it just keeps it fun, and the questions again were really good. So thank you guys.
Wicked, wicked. From me, just a quick shout out to live.dreams underscore. Forgot to shout him out on the podcast last week. Actually met the guy in real life. Really, really, really friendly guy, actually. Met him in Selfridges. Had a quick conversation with him. He's a big listener of the show, so appreciate you listening in each and every week. If you haven't seen his account, his images are so clean.
Man, I need to go shooting with that guy.
Yeah.
So fire.
His night shots are unreal.
Yeah, I love it.
So definitely, boys, we need to link up with Jordan.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's a good lad. So Jordan, if you're listening to this right now, make some time for us, please.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, shout out to the local and global audience that's been tuning in, week out. Big shout out to you guys. Also, Half Size Up was brought to you today by the Pink Miracle Sneaker Cleaner, the original shoe cleaner since 1985. Use our code HalfSizeUp15 for 15% off your purchase online. Don't forget, we're a weekly podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram at HalfSizeUpPod, and you can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, many more, plus YouTube. We want to say a big thanks from the entire HSU team. I've been Merkle Merman with my co-host Dean Still.
Have a great week, guys.
And Ash Bash.
Catch you later, people.
See you next week. We are outie. Zoop zoop.
That's fire.
Nice. That was really good.
We went
That was
super off topic and stuff, but it was a good convo.
yeah.